Good morning, Internet friends. I've come up with a new product that I'm going to be selling on the Internet. Will be up for sale today. This is going to be an instructional video on how to use the kit and assemble the fenders. This is going to be a Fender kit. It will come to you looking like this. There'll be four halves will make two fenders. This kit is for the rear fenders. This will be a rear fender kit. Okay. I've already cut out two halves and joined them together and did a pre-shape on them before they're attached to the body. This would look like what I'm going to show you how to make. Those are two halves glued together, pre-shaped. I've already cut one out of the second set. And this is 4 to 6 pound balsa, and I'm using a number 11 X-Acto blade. When you're cutting this, you press down lightly, scribing it. You don't want to push too hard, too fast, or the X-Acto blade will walk on you. There's that cut. Cut off the end. Press lightly so you don't tear off balsa that you don't want. This is the harder part, but just be patient and it'll come out nicely. Just scroll through lightly with the number 11 X-Acto blade. See that it won't take but a little bit to come out. When you reach the edge, lighten up a little bit so you don't tear the balsa up. It's almost ready to come out. A little bit more there. There are the pieces out. Now what we're going to do is glue these two halves together. And the way we do that, on a scrap piece of, in this case, balsa or anything, I use a 2-minute or 6-minute epoxy. I purchased this from Tower Hobbies. It's called Build It 6-minute epoxy. This comes in two parts. This is the blue part, so you don't get confused. They've color-coded it. Put a small amount of that on your scrap piece of wood. Doesn't take very much. And this is the blue one. This one's resin and the other's hardener. I think that's the way it is. But you have to mix the two equal amounts together. I use round Duke toothpicks that I bought at Walmart. And mix the parts together, the blue and the red. Mix it thoroughly. And make sure you're coating the right side. And just sort of paint it on using the toothpick. Don't take very much, so just brush it on thin. Make sure you get it all coated lightly. And press the two halves together. Well, I'm getting it. Got mixed up there. There it is. Match them up equally. It's a little harder to do this when you're on live camera here. I use a dowel rod and a piece of 180 sandpaper. The grit doesn't make any much difference. I roll that around the dowel rod. I start with the center of the fender. Let's call it the fender well. And even that up. That's pretty good. Then we I hold the two together, pressing them together and even the two to the same shape. This is going to be a rough sanding before you put it on the side of your fine wood derby car. So everything will be slightly oversized while you're doing this. Now the one that was already made, match it up against it. Matching up your inside fender well. And even up everything. Whoops. That's pretty even there. And pretty even there. Now the first one that I made before I came on camera, I coated here and here with CA glue. So when you sand, the CA glue is harder, much harder, so the new fender that you're making is the one that's going to sand down. Okay, that looks pretty good. And we have they're both about the same size, same shape. And I'm just going to touch it on the inside fender well one more time. Remember, the one half has CA glue on it, so the sanding is actually going to affect the other one. It doesn't have the CA glue on it. Okay, now I'll just put a little coat of CA glue to keep everything the same shape on the outside here. Just rub that in, flip it over. Do that on that side. Woo! CA glue just kicked off and got in my eyes. Mentioned before, this is the initial shaping. The actual shaping will happen on the front of the car. After it's attached to the car, you'll do the final shaping. And there's your two fenders ready to attach to your car. And I'll be posting another video later to show you how I attach those. In the kit there's extra balsa, so you can trim this part off to the height of your body and then take some of the excess balsa that's part of the kit and shape that and blend it to however you like. Or you can just simply make this pointed, whatever. Anyway, that's the instructional video on using the Fender kit that I'll be selling on the website.